mushroom and apricot lobster.
Okay, we are back up and running. So, to catch the stream up to what's going on, Fox did her reading uh, for Roger Smith, and then we cut back to Scratch and Fox in the
Scratch
bar,
and Fox, if you will.
and Fox performed a reading for Scratch, who then bought her dinner, and they are now enjoying a nice dinner of what was it, Cajun chili and cornbread and
Yeah,
chow
basically,
chow.
yeah, a chili-like dish that's heavy on the beans and has a spicy relish mixed in with it. Served with cornbread.
Go, and you guys are having a great meal.
And
As,
drinking the whiskey.
I am drinking whiskey.
as we sit there, eating, I wait till there's an opportunity where the bartenders kind of stepped away, and hopefully there's not many people around us. I said,
And the
"Ma'am,
ones in the bar.
I'm not one to open up much, and certainly not quickly. But you seem to be in some sort of need.
Oh,
I
I
don't.
guess that's neat.
I don't. I I have some unique abilities, but those unique abilities don't extend to curses or removing them. The things I can do, well, they are magical in nature, but that doesn't mean I don't wish to help you. Is there something I can do for you?
Well, not to be blunt or anything here, but if you can't remove a curse, you can't really remove my problem. It's kind of a package deal there.
Is it you that's cursed?
Oh, no, that'd be too easy.
Well then, what is it?
Well, you see, bit of a story. I'm obviously not a talker, so so I have my wagon that's outside, which is tied to some interesting individuals, and in the attempt to help my only friend in this world out, um, I have tied myself to this cart, which is my livelihood, and I can't really leave the city without it. However, I can leave the city with it because these lovely individuals who have come into my life have made it a point to keep me here, which is fine. It's really none of your problem. There's not much we can do about it. I just, have you ever been in the kind of situation where you could help something, you could prevent something from happening if you could just do the right thing, but doing the right thing just is really, really hard to do sometimes. And it's not so much that it's hard to do, because you don't believe in it. It's just hard to do because everything you try is just met with a brick wall. And you just, after climbing over a few brick walls, it's hard to continue to just try and climb over them anymore. And you just think the walls are getting taller, but you're just getting weaker. It's really the truth of it all. It's really nothing though. It's just.
I think I know what you mean. I've I've never really been good at knowing what was right or wrong. I've
She
I've relied on my friends for that. I've
Yes,
had to.
friends. Thank you. That is literally the only thing I've lived for. And what are you supposed to do when they're not there? You know? I mean, what kind of world would it be without them?
I know exactly what kind of world it is without them. It's lonesome, empty, Todd, and it's tiring. Oh, oh, so tiring.
You kind of see her eyes well up a little bit more as she like looks away and wipes them and then just takes her shot real quick. And I mean, there's really no need to like dwell on that. I mean, obviously it wouldn't be a good world, and I'm sorry if that's, I mean, you seem like you've been through some stuff. And I don't mean that you don't have to dwell on it in details or anything. I'm sure it's something.
You know, I don't make friends real easy. And the ones I have made over time I've lost. But, and ma'am, I certainly don't mean this to come across strange like, but I think I found a kindred spirit in you. And, well, there may be one way I could help you. But I want you to know that friends of mine don't seem to have the best life.
Well,
I think
lucky for
part
you,
of it.
I haven't had the best life, so it really can't get much worse for me.
Well, I guess that's one way to look at it. Most of mine are dead. You're not. In fact, all of mine are dead. And I'm tired of seeing my friends die.
Well,
But
if my friend's life means my death and me gaining a new friend, then I think it's worth a shot. But you've already
you
said
want
that you don't have the ability to remove curses. I'm not really sure what you're
well,
getting at here, if you don't mind me being blunt. It's not like we can just go in and destroy the entire underground in one fell swoop.
and you see him reach up, and I mean he's eating his food, kind of head down, hiding behind his hat, and you see him reach up and pull down his bandana that's been covering his face, and you can see that he's badly, badly scarred across like the right hand side of his face. His eye looks like it's functional, but it's kind of perpetually, turned down. And the other side of his face is more or less normal, but you can see just below his jaw are some more scarring. And it looks like it runs over to his right shoulder, kind of like underneath his shirt and his vest. I know I'm not particularly pleasant to look at, and there's a long story that goes into how I got these scars. It's a story I like not to share any more than I absolutely have to. And now's not the time. But when I got these, I got something else. And it may be that that something else is exactly what you need. It hasn't done me any good, as much as I wanted it to. But I think there's something about it that makes it so the wearer can't use it. I didn't know what use it would be, but now I do. And I know we just met, but it clearly sounds like you need to be out of this place, and I don't plan on staying. You've seen plenty of hard times, as have I. And if we can walk out of this city together, well, perhaps we walk a few miles and part ways. Perhaps we start a new friendship. I don't know. But I haven't always done the right thing. In fact, I tend to do the wrong thing more often than not. But maybe this is one of those right things. I don't imagine you can just leave the city at the drop of a hat, so tell me where to meet you tonight. Someplace where you'll be ready to go.
And she's gonna look at you like the whole time you've been talking with kind of a questionable look, kind of looking you up and down, and as you reveal your face, kind of a somber expression, and knowing that you've definitely seen some shit, you've been through some shit, and more of an understanding now. And then she'll think of the DM and where he would know a good meeting spot would be.
Yeah, it's like the same exact place that you tried to leave like yesterday, like that's the spot you chose. Like you have it all planned out. You just can't execute it.
Couldn't leave it. Yeah, okay. I mean tonight, yeah, no, that'd be amazing. I mean, you know, I knew there was a reason come to this bar so many times. It's not just the alcohol, apparently. This is good. This is good. This is good. Okay, so, okay. And she's gonna kind of like look around again, make sure that there's no one there.
No, it's just the bartender.
And she's gonna nod again, and she's gonna, okay, so I've got a place. I figured it's my best option, but I just haven't been able to get past it. It's just like this locking thing. It's like walking into a wall. So this is the alleyway that there's not going to be anything going on. There seems to be eyes everywhere in the city, believe it or not. And I know most of them are, because a lot of them have been on me just due to certain circumstances. So you kind of get aware of where they hang out. But this spot would be good. This will give me enough time to just gonna kind of like take a minute, and you can kind of see her eyes kind of looking around, realizing like she's leaving, and kind of weighs on her a little bit. This is gonna be good. This is the best thing that can happen. Staying only creates the inevitable. So this is, yeah, if you could meet me there, and she'll, you continue down this street 10 blocks to the right, and then down this creepy alleyway, but it looks more creepy than it is. There's a blue cabin next to it. It has white shutters.
Yeah, and we cut, exactly to a few hours later, and Scratch, you're, standing in this alley with Fox, looking at this cart of hers that appears to be able to, it moves without a horse. It seems like the the oak goes down where it should like kind of be around a horse, but you see that she has these reins that she's able to kind of drive this cart and make it go, but there is no horse with it.
That's cool.
No silver for me.
Can I do the like an Arcana check or something to see if this is a magical effect or?
Oh, you don't need to do a check. Yeah, it's magic.
But like, can I try to determine what sort of magical effect? Like, is there an invisible thing that's pulling it that you just don't see? Or
No, it appears that the cart like magically moves on its own.
Okay, so it's a magical self-propulsion.
Yeah, there's not like you like kind of like move your hand and there's not like an invisible horse there or anything like that.
Okay.
That saved me so much money on hay.
So, you say it's this cart that's cursed.
Yeah, and so they're at the spot, and she's gonna like try and get it to go further, and it just stops like visibly. There's just
Yeah,
Stop.
it's like coming up against a barrier that it can't move past. And you notice, Scratch, that like this barrier seems to be like the edge of the city.
Well,
bird in a cage.
if you don't mind me climbing up with you,
That would
let me
be
give this a try.
She's
And-
gonna like usher her to the seat next to her, where the behind the horse should be. A little,
Yeah, so he sits up next to her on the running board.
Yep, you literally sit shotgun.
Yep, I sit shotgun. And you see him reach inside his shirt and pull something out. And he keeps it like kind of covered in his hand. He pulls a chain over his neck. And he closes his eyes, puts his hand with whatever's in it down on the cart and says a couple of words. And looks at you and says, "Try it one more time."
she's gonna nod.
And really quick, you do see like underneath his hand, there's this like blue glow that it like kind of because it glows pretty bright. He's not able to cover it all with his hand, and then he says, "Try again."
She's gonna look at him, slightly confused and curious, but she'll nod and she'll attempt to move the wagon out of the city for the 8th time this week.
Yeah, so you snap your reins and your cart begins moving forward out into the desert, the dirty, dusty roads of Elmridge County.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure you were telling me the truth there for a minute, but she's gonna like look at the city, like even though they've only gone like a foot, she's just gonna look back like you actually did it. You did it. I didn't. Wow, I am at a loss for words for once in my life. This is something I could have never seen in the cards. Let me just say that. This is wow. You just saved a life. I don't know if you know that, but
Well, I don't know that I entirely believe in what those cards are supposed to be.
well, that's the
But
thing.
what you said,
It's open for interpretation.
well, even though I didn't want to listen, what you said, well, there was an awful lot of, I guess I'll say, truth in it. But remember, you said my future has some great enemy out in front of me.
It could just be your own fears. Sometimes the mind is the greatest enemy of them all.
In my experience, it's not the mind, it's the other people.
And we can end it right there. So the two of you make your way to, Amarillo. And I'll tell you, okay. Lucas, is he in Discord? Yes, he is. Okay.
I'm still present.
Okay, I redid the map for the actual town of Amarillo, so let me know what you guys think.
So cute.
It's very pretty.
Because, like, the problem I was having with the other map was that, like, it's an actual city, but, like, anytime I would type on there, it was black and gray, and nothing I typed looked good, or you could tell, like, what buildings were which or anything like that. And so I was like, you know what? These are the places that you're going to go. So here they are. They're on Big Hill, Little Hill, and Yonder Hill, and in the town square. And then anything in the black squares on the outside, those are like out of town, like nearby out of town.
I almost feel like I'm in like Harvest Moon.
This gives me some serious like Final Fantasy 3 vibes, and I love it.
Good. So Scratch, you are able to get a job at Paris's blacksmith. And Fox, you're able to set up Fox's fortunes cart.
Oh, I love it. Fox's Fortunes.
Perfect.
And Rebecca is Rachel's character, right?
Yeah, you'll meet her in session 1. Oh, hey, Summer's watching. Thank you, Summer. And you will also get your reading eventually. We'll flash back for Summer and Rachel's readings.
She didn't get to hear my reading. It's a secret.
Technically, so was Ben's.
No stream for both of those, right?
Yeah, we were down for
my
a whole
reading
hour.
isn't anything that isn't already on the internet, so.
Oh, I know, that's kind of the crazy thing, though. I was like, it all fits pretty nicely.
It's almost like you planned it, Amanda.
Well, I didn't. Like, that's the thing, though. I drew 3 cards, and I wrote down what this, like, that was it. I didn't, like, search for cards or anything. I was like, these are the 3. I'm going to write down what they mean.
I'm going to roll an insight check on Amanda.
I swear to God.
I know she did, because when we first got on, she was like, Nick, I didn't do my homework.
Yeah, so I literally did it while he was doing Ben's session, and I thought of each character, and I was like, this is their character. I'm going to draw the 3 cards, past, present, future. I'm going to write down those 3 cards, what they mean. Bam, and they all fit. Every single one of them. I'm like, that's badass.
Fine,
I believe it was hard. Okay, like, I'm not going to lie. It was really hard to do Rachel's character, because I know nothing about her. But
that is by design. That is by design.
I know, but like I feel like it's also super fitting because what I drew, I feel fits to a character who has amnesia also. So I'm like, interesting.
I mean, I like that you two ended up traveling to Amarillo together, because it kind of gives you, like, Scratch was the one person I was having the hardest time being like, how is this motherfucker gonna make friends? Like, how is this guy gonna meet strangers and be like, I'm gonna be friends with you? And like,
it was hard. I was like, okay, I have to figure out a way to make it so that he wants to actually connect with this person.
I brought a friendship thing because it works.
I mean, you were my plan to connect the party, Amanda. I was like, she's gonna do readings for everybody, so she'll have met everybody. So yeah, I was like, you'll be the glue. And then, like, I didn't think that Scratch would stick to you that hard, but hey, it makes my job a hell of a lot easier.
That's in the cards, Nick. You read the cards, they speak truth, and people are like, I like this person. They're onto something here.
Right?
Things.
Ben, how did you like your backstory?
I think kicks ass. I am very, very pleased.
Yeah, you 1v1 to werewolf and won.
For real. It literally got
done. Yeah, I didn't change. That was the werewolf out of the monster manual. Nothing changed.
So intense.
it's sad that Oliver had to be the sacrificial lamb, but he was just completely useless in that combat.
God damn! I even rolled it out in the open. He just kept missing.
He was a hit point sponge.
Yeah, he had +5 to hit, right? And he rolled a 3, a 4, and a 4. It's just like, dude, come on. And he rolled a 6, which is only 11, which still misses. But
I was like, I was convinced on that last one. I was like, okay, I've got 3 hit points. He's got like 1 hit left in him. I'm gonna miss, and Nick is somehow gonna have to like figure out how I survive this.
Well, your
And then I
AC
rolled
was
8.
high enough that I wasn't pulling any punches. Like the werewolf was missing plenty. The werewolf rolled the natural 20s against fucking
Yeah,
against Oliver. Oh man, Amanda, how did you like yours?
Loved it. Hugh is a person now. He's not just a bully.
Now he's not just a bully.
He's
He's
a
a tr-
dumb guy.
He's just a troubled kid,
Yeah, and he just never grew out of it. And
Life's
we've
hard
always
out here
been
for
like,
an orphan.
For real. It's just sad that she left him because they were best friends.
That was
Now
your
she has a new
idea.
friend. I know, but you can't just, well, we're best friends, but he's my adventuring buddy now, but I'm also going to join the, it just wouldn't have worked. He had to be left.
What were you gonna say,
I think
Lucas?
I didn't. I kill him.
I think it's funny that half of the group had to murder a bunch of people to leave town.
Everyone else was in super intense combats, and I'm happy I wasn't. The character's not a combat person.
Yeah, like I was like nothing that. Yeah, yours. Nothing. I didn't write a single thing of yours that had anything to do with rolling initiative.
I didn't need that. I did not need to be an initiative.
She's not a combat. Like I even wrote that. I think I told you that in like the questioning. Is like she's not a person to fight. Hugh was always a person to fight. He backed her up.
Yeah. Well, I knew
She
that.
had a tongue, but that's about it.
I knew that, like, Lucas and Ben, they like rolling dice. They like fighting, like, that kind of stuff. So I was like, all right,
I built a literal fighter.
Yeah, I was like, they'll enjoy this shit. And then
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Killed my fiance.
think that Ryan actually fought anyone.
Just
No, Ryan.
almost
didn't fight.
Ryan
died.
chose not to fight in every
It
instance.
was Summer, Ben, and I that fought people in our backstory.
Summer only had to like get away from someone. I don't think she actually did any damage.
There was people dying involved.
Yeah. Summers was more about saving people,
Mine was failing to save someone.
Yeah.
That was mine.
Yeah. I feel like Susan was a lot more sad than Oliver, though.
No, Oliver was like that. I can't think of a good like movie character to equate him to. But
John Wick.
No,
Oliver's the dog?
no. Oliver is like a naive, like nationalist guy. Like
Yeah.
he's this close to being a Nazi. Like, actually, he kind of was a Nazi.
The Winter
Yeah.
Soldier.
Bucky, maybe.
yeah, there you go.
Bucky
kind of-
Bucky Barnes.
he's-
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see like, Scratch is trying to be Steve Rogers, but he doesn't have the moral compass for it. So he just goes with whatever his friends are doing.
So he's the Punisher.
Yeah.
Or if you've seen the Falcon Winter Soldier show, he's Agent America.
I have not watched that one yet.
Haven't watched it yet. Mm-mm.
In the comics, there's a like Darkest Timelines Captain America, where he's Agent America, where he goes to the 11th degree to get the mission done.
That sounds cool. Well, shit. Now I got to prep session 1 for tomorrow, and
I know.
if
I
my
have-
internet goes out, I am going to go on a rampage. I swear to God, man.
Did you
I
try
have a-
turning
I have
it
a
off and on
question.
again?
Oh yeah, I did it many times.
So for Roger, when he comes into Amarillo, who would be in town to help him bury the body?
Titus is gonna help you do that. Like Titus
Okay,
is
Titus. Okay.
no, you and Titus didn't you guys you buried it out on the road, didn't you? Oh no, you insisted on bringing it with. That's right.
Yeah, at where I was living.
Yeah, Titus would take you over to the cemetery and help you absolutely because
I
like
wasn't sure if there was someone in the player character group that would be involved in that.
nope, nobody lives or works in the cemetery. I mean, Fox might see it happening, but like because she's over by the cemetery. But she's also going to be able to move her cart if she wishes.
Anywhere I want. Without a horse. That saves me so much money.
I thought you liked that. I thought it was cool. I couldn't decide if I wanted. So we can always retcon this, but like I couldn't decide if I wanted to look like a phantom horse is pulling it, or if it's just like going by
cool.
itself.
I think it should be a mechanical horse that you have to feed copper pieces to instead of
Some people are poor and live on the streets and can't afford to feed them copper pieces.
You're not poor anymore. You have a magic cart. You just kind of stole it from like one of the most dangerous people in the entire county. And
Okay.
Scratch helped you.
I think it's going to be very hard for Roger to make friends with all these people that have a lot of people after them.
You have a lot of people after you.
Want to draw attention to myself with someone that has a self-driving cart.
Okay. Maybe you don't know it's self-driving. You've only ever seen it sitting here. And then the next day you see it in a different spot. Maybe you've just never seen my horse.
I know how Amanda is with cattle.
That was an ox, and I left him.
Don't get her started with the ox.
That's why Nick didn't give me one, okay?
Everyone else
He
has
knew
to.
better.
I mean, but here's the thing: like, if you guys do need to go somewhere that the cart can't go, she is gonna need to get a horse. So
I didn't have the money in my starting stuff to afford a horse.
you
so.
did not. Oh no, you guys are orphans.
I mean, I only went back to, I didn't go back 40 years or 50 years in my history.
I went back to babyhood because it defines who is this person.
Yeah, Amanda was the original orphan, and then I asked Ryan. I was like, "Yo, Amanda's gonna be an orphan. Are you cool with being an orphan also?" And he was like, "Yeah."
No, that I thought he was an orphan, and I because I wrote my backstory after he did, and so like when you started, I was like, wait, are you an orphan? I was like, I didn't mean to copy you. I'm sorry.
Nope, you didn't copy him.
Oh, no.
I changed a lot about like almost everyone's backstory except for yours.
Remember you said you were going to do some changes, and I was like, I didn't have any changes. So
No,
that's
I didn't
cool.
change yours too much. I actually ended up really being able to work with what you gave me. And I ended up just changing. I changed Lucas's a little bit. I helped Lucas refine his.
Yeah,
And
you
that-
just refined it. You added some characters in the background.
And then Ben straight up failed his con save. We talked about him, being a werewolf, but the dice agreed.
Yeah. It was just
I
like,
just would like,
oh, there it is.
Yep. You need it. It's like the DC is only like a 12, so
And I rolled a 5.
yeah, like
Lowest roll I had the entire night.
yeah, you were on
It
fire, man. Oh God, I love Dungeons and Dragons. It's really fun. Like these backstories, these session zeros were interesting because like I'm hardcore railroading you, but it's okay because you wrote it.
Yeah, I like it, and I feel like it just really helps you connect with them on a deeper level. And be like, this is who they are. This is where they came from. This is why the way they are who they are. They've been through some shit.
Yeah, because it's like one thing to be like, oh, my parents died in a cantrip fire, but to actually experience your parents dying in that cantrip fire kind of makes it a little bit like more real. Like, could you imagine if Mushi actually had to watch her parents burn?
No, that wouldn't be fun. Okay. That's why
I
I
was
wrote it.
hoping Ryan would play my backstory, but I don't think we could have streamed that.
No, Cognars was.
We did like a kind of
I was in a
flashback.
real dark place at the time when I wrote that backstory.
Yeah, I don't know why you were thinking about castration, but go off, Queen.
I was trying to think of a barbarian that wasn't in a tribe, and I was like, he's a city folk who messed with the wrong person.
Yeah, there are all sorts of barbarians. Oh,
First
man.
thing that came to mind.
Whew. Well, I'm glad we muscled through the internet outage.
Yeah, we still
Yep.
had fun.
Hell yeah.
Suck it, Cox.
God, I'm so mad. Like, it's been 2 weeks. I've had like an outage every day for 2 weeks. I'm just like, at some point, you either need to give me a break on my bill because I am not paying. Like, why am I paying for something I'm not receiving? And, or like, just fix it. I just want you to fix it.
Is your computer in a different room than your internet box thingamajigger?
Oh, no, it's not even like my Wi Fi. They're literal.
Because I know I had an issue with that, and then Ben sent me something, and it was magic, and it helped a lot. But we had Cox when we lived in Arizona a few years back, and it was just the worst internet service. I had worse internet in Arizona in a city than I did in the country.
I mean, it's weird. Like, I haven't had a problem with Cox the entire time I've lived here until the last 2 weeks. Or I've had just outage after outage. Like, I understand, like, it just got hot. Like, it's finally hitting 115. And, like, I understand that wires get fried in that kind of heat. But fix it. Like, it's been 2 weeks. Fix it. So hopefully it holds out tomorrow for session 1. If not,
Really,
I'm gonna be really sad.
so excited.
Yeah,
Just hop back on your phone, and we'll theater mine the rest of the session.
I know, but it's. I want it to be recorded. I want to be able to, put out YouTube videos and stuff like that. Because I felt like I was doing a pretty good job of making it very cinematic, Lucas.
Sure, I am legit terrified of Luciano. Like, you stroke, like, nope, nightmares.
Did you like how I just had him grab Roger?
Okay, I know. I was wondering. I thought you were gonna have me do a reading on the goblin. I was like, I didn't prepare for this. I don't. Okay, we're just gonna do it on the fly. I can do this, which made me more nervous. But then it worked out because I feel like that's how Fox would have felt originally, anyways. So I'm like, okay, no, this is gonna be fine. It's fine.
Yeah, and then I was just like, because I had that map already, I was like, why don't I just make everything happen on the same fucking street, Because I was like, Lucas is right there. He's in that bar. He just has to come out,
Right. He came out for a piss break. He's like, oh, there's a lot of people out here. Oh, the boss is out here. Fuck.
Shit. I hate seeing that guy. Fucking right. So cool. God, I
But
can't.
You guys to know, going into this, I have played like almost all my characters as like good characters.
So, not gonna
I'm gonna be working very hard to play as like neutral.
kill.
I
Not
was
evil.
I was not 100% sure how Amanda was gonna leave the city if you chose not to help her.
Probably would have just had to leave her cart.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
she would have ended up doing that. She just didn't want to leave her cart because, after having it for X amount of time, it's, it also, I feel like it's kind of because I don't know exactly what her vision was that she saw that happened, but like, I kind of feel like in her way, it's kind of an F you to them. Like, she wanted to take their cart really bad to just kind of be like, F you guys, you don't control me. I'm out.
It worked out.
Dead. I got the grumpy guy to help me out for friendship.
Oh, and that moon card, that was dope. That was
Worked
that
out
was
so
really
perfect.
cool, Ben.
Yeah, that was awesome. Especially because it's like, yeah, no, she's definitely had these cards for a long time. They have a lot of wear and tear on them, and he's like, here, let me fix this one for you.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I thought that would be pretty cool. It was both like a way to show that I have some magical ability, like I can maybe help you out a little bit without being just all like, oh look, I'm an artificer, aren't I special?
Now, my question for you is, while you're traveling, do you tell her?
I feel like she would have wheedled it out of him. She talks a lot.
Yeah, I was just saying.
I'm sure she would have done more like readings on him, which kind of forces people to talk. And like, hey, this one came up. This is what it means. How does it make you feel?
She's like a therapist for spirit.
I kind of see like he Scratch put himself out on the limb using this thing to try to help her, and doing it, kind of as a maybe this is a friendship, maybe it's not. We'll see. But I'm trying to do something that I think may be the right thing. And with her talking as much as she does and being willing to like stick around, and that's why he wanted to warn us, like, you saw bad stuff in my future. If you're willing to stick around for that, I'll be there with you. So yeah, he would eventually open up and let her know.
And she probably in return would have, explained her situation just right back. Or like maybe she probably told him her situation first so he can understand, yeah, she's been through some shit also. She's in bad situations, and he helped her, save her only friend in this world. And so, now she's all alone. And then he's like, well, I don't have any friends either. And we're like, we're going to be each other's friends. And we're going to learn this new friendship, because we obviously have a way of doing things with our old friends, but now we're going to go into a life with a new friendship, because that's what the cards gave us.
My next question is, Ben, do you think you would tell your boss Paris?
No.
Okay.
Keep professional.
This is Paris. Paris is a really cool dude. He's chill. He's down to earth. He hired you like right away. He calls you special, like stuff like that. He's like just a really nice, like dad type guy.
And I would, no problem working for him, all that kind of stuff. But he's my boss. He's not my friend. I work for him. Now that may change over time, but
Yeah, he does
he's
annoying things, like encourages your dreams because he knows you like want your own shop and stuff like that, and like he does really annoying things, like encourages you and tries to get you to strive for things and stuff like that.
yeah, and that's all. That's all awesome.
Don't succumb to the goodness, Ben. Just stay neutral. You can do it.
But yeah, all right. I'm gonna have to finish prepping session 1 then. God, that was fun.
So
That was fun.
Like, just like keep playing.
Right? Isn't there part of you that's like, oh, do we have to stop?
I have to stop,
I mean, it is what, 11 for
Midnight.
you, Ben? Midnight?
Yeah, it's midnight.
Ooh. Well, I'm
But
really
it's midnight
hungry
on a
too.
Saturday.
I need to get some
You
dinner.
guys are good. It's
Yeah,
fine.
no, you guys
fine.
should go.
But I had a lot of fun.
So much fun. Thank you so much, Nick.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
really looking forward to tomorrow.
I'm really
And
glad we had
Sunday
enough time to
Saturday.
do this.
Did
Yes,
you read my Thunderwave thing, by the way?
No, what is that not how Thunderwave works?
No, you can center it on yourself, but it's based on the cube of the character, so you can choose one side and dictate which of the 3 of the 15 cubes comes from your character. So you can make it like, so say like you're facing the front like a D6, right? So the front face can have either the center of the 3 cubes or the left of the 3 cubes, and you can go 2 cubes to the right. So you can dictate any one of your sides to have that 15-foot cube.
I always just assumed it was like a circle.
Yeah, as far as I know, there are no burst spells like that in 5e.
Isn't that how like Thunder Step works or something like that?
Yeah, I guess Thunderstep would be like that, but pretty much everything else, there's maybe a handful of spells that do that, but everything else is pretty much like you designate like a cone, right? Your cone comes out of whatever angle that you want it to, or whatever.
So why is it not just a cone?
Because Shatter's like the same way, right? Shatter's a cube. I don't know. I don't know why they do a cube. I mean, you would think Thunderwave would be a
Yeah, if it works the way you're
cone.
describing, why is it not a cone? Like, yeah, like
I don't
Burning
know. The main
Hands.
rules guy said that it doesn't. So
Because like that's how Burning Hands works, right? Why is why is it not
yeah,
the same thing?
I don't think they thought that far ahead when they made that spell.
I mean, they were
Well, the point that they made to me that makes the most sense is like if it were only useful as a centered on self exploding around you sort of spell, then it's really not very useful for wizards who shouldn't be that close to all the enemies anyway. It's like,
well,
yeah, it's a nice
yeah.
protection thing just in case it happens.
Well, isn't that what
But
it's for, right? Like, get away from me, right?
now there's actually
I mean, you
there's a
can shotgun
different
grasp and then walk away.
I mean,
yeah,
like,
because actually it doesn't say it's a it doesn't say it's not it doesn't trigger opportunity attacks.
each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, and so the lead rules guy is like the 15-foot cube originating from you. If you think of your character as a die, can be one of 5 sides.
But okay, but like the cube in this, okay, if it's a 15-foot cube, so it's a 3 by 3 grid space, right?
Yeah, 3 wide by 3 tall.
And so you can be in. So essentially, like if I'm going to use Blythe here as our example. So it'd be originating from Blythe and be these 3 squares, these 3 squares, and these 3 squares.
Yep.
Okay.
I have to pull up the stream again. I didn't see that.
Okay, versus a cone, which would only be those. Okay, so the cube actually hits more than the cone does.
And also
Yeah,
avoids
it
any
hits a
like
true
half
9
square
square.
sort of things.
Okay. I understand now.
And according to that, I mean, depending on how you interpret it, you can even move that 3 square to the corner, diagonal, and you can hit 9 squares diagonally of that character, not just
like those 3 squares.
Exactly, those 9 squares diagonally, because it's originating from a side of your character.
Did you ever play 4th edition?
No, I never did.
They had a set of spells that were close blast, and that's basically what these were.
Okay, so that's like where this comes from. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, they originate 5 feet from you, and then they do their burst from that.
So basically, it's like it's not saying like you can't make it do these 9 squares. It has to be connected to you. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, the edge of the spell has to touch the character casting it.
Got it.
But you can center it on yourself. Technically, you would be in the damage, though.
Oh, you can hit yourself with it.
Yeah, so say like Summer's character, right, was surrounded by 8 people. she could burst
So
herself.
if you
with
made it
Thunder Wave.
these 9, you would have to make the con save?
If you're centering it on yourself, yes.
Oh,
'Cause
I
that-
wouldn't
that's
let
like
it hit
That's like
yourself.
self-fireballing.
Really? You think so? I
Yeah,
guess it does say
because-
each creature.
Yeah, so think of it like, think of it like a cube, right? You can start on your ground level, but that puts you in the 15-foot cube. If you put it above yourself, then anything 5 feet and up gets hit, right? So anything
That
at the
is
10-foot level gets hit.
so unintuitive compared to like how it's written.
It's a very terrible spell, but in theory, you could hit yourself, take minimal damage, knock back 8 people, and then run away.
Yeah. Or you could just disengage, right?
Not if you're completely surrounded.
Take Misty Step. It's better.
I have a fairy character that has Misty Step. I'm so excited.
All right, I'm out of here. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat.
All right, everyone. See you
See you tomorrow.
later today.